When you're addicted to power, you do anything to maintain your authority over your subordinates. It does not matter whether they are dying of hunger or anything else, and through the WTO, Western countries are doing exactly the same. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Apurva, and if you haven't subscribed to the TFI English channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. Coming back to the story, I'm here to tell you how the world is being kept away from food. So let's begin. One short way of capturing someone's attention is keeping them hooked on resources. Nothing shouts more submission than a stomach devoid of nutrients. Just like they did in the last few centuries, Western countries have found a new way to make us, while third world countries reliant on them. Through WTO, these countries are kept hungry to ensure that they do not develop an independent policy of their own. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has come all guns blazing over the WTO for not ensuring food to the hungry stomachs of the globe. During her speech at a seminar on strengthening global collaboration for tackling food insecurity in Bali, Indonesia, she again asked WTO to liberalize food grains export regime. Currently, WTO regulations do not allow its members to export food procured through public distribution system. The height of absurdity is the reason for not allowing exports because they are procured at subsidized rates. In other words, WTO says that if a government makes food grains cheaper for its population, then it cannot export the same food grain to the rest of the world. On the sidelines of the third G20 finance ministers and central bank governors meeting in Bali, Indonesia, Sitharaman said WTO restriction that grains so procured cannot be brought to the market to export. It is a condition which exists from the Uruguay round days. We have repeatedly said that what we have for our small farmers, we are quite willing to trade. In one way or the other, most of the multilateral organizations dominated by Western powers are hypocritical, but WTO's absurdity has larger ramifications on the globe as a whole. The Multilateral Trade Forum is doing everything except liberalizing trade regime, which is its original mandate. Its bizarre ruling on food security are the main examples of that. Rice, wheat and corn are three main staple foods which people all over the globe need in order to fulfill their minimum nutritive needs. According to an estimate by data churning website Statista in the year 2021-22, all three grains have a combined output of 2,494 million metric tons, with corn dominating the basket through its nearly 50% share. In spite of such humongous production of grains, the world is suffering from hunger crisis. According to a report titled The State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World, released by the United Nations, more than 2.3 billion people found it difficult to fulfill their nutrition requirements in 2021. It is pertinent to note that the data was prepared before the Ukraine-Russia crisis kicked in. The situation is grimmer for over 345 million people as they are approaching starvation. Moreover, 50 million people in 45 countries are facing the risk of famine. It is clear that the problem is not the production of crops. The individual breakdown of these crops makes it more clear. More than 70% of corn production is dominated by only 6 countries. Similarly, according to a data by World Economic Forum, nearly 85% of rice available in global market is produced only by 10 countries. The same in favor of few countries has percolated to what production as well. India, China, Russia, Ukraine and few other countries dominate wheat production. Apparently, India is in the list of top producers of all these crops. So the main problem is of redistribution. The world has not been able to come across terms of trade, all thanks to the WTO. India desperately wants to feed the world. We are having food grains glut. In spite of running one of the largest free food security schemes of the world, our population is not enough to consume every food grain produced by us. Moreover, food grains rotting at FCI godowns in India is a phenomenon which is not recent. But WTO keeps telling us that even if food grains are destroyed, do not feed it to the hungry. Though India is doing it by invoking peace clause, but it is not a permanent solution. WTO needs to rethink on its mandate and go back to basics.